Here we go again. More wonderful wisdom from the Bible. You know, you Christians ought to just dump this stuff in the garbage. Who needs this kind of moral instruction?
What do you mean, moral instruction?
Well, just look at it.
Yeah, I don't see any moral instruction. That would be something like this.
Yeah, well, even if it wasn't direct moral instruction, it encouraged people to smash babies on rocks to make themselves happy. That's morals taught by example.
Yeah, tell you what, you can go now. The fact is, even Sam's second reading is way too much of a strain. The full context of Psalm 137, which is short enough to show in full here, shows that it is a lament over Israel being exiled in Babylon. In that historical context, it should be kept in mind that it was Israel who was getting their infants smashed by the Babylonians. And what we read here is a cry of emotional despair, not a moral instruction.
Oh, come on. That doesn't excuse this being in the Bible. It's a horrible and barbaric image. Everything in a book by an omniscient deity should be refreshing and morally uplifting.
You don't want a Bible. You want this. Sam wants to pretend he's got some moral high ground here, but far better minds than his have already pulled that rug out from under him. For analogy, let me bring up a book by the popular science fiction author Alan Dean Foster, titled Kozul. Foster depicts a race of peaceful aliens who vented their hostilities through art with blood-curdling scenes of war. By externalizing violence, they had learned to live peacefully. Foster's account may be fictional, but it has a basis in human psychology, especially in the honor-based society of the Bible. Some time ago, an author named Abraham Rabbani wrote a book titled The Syrian Christ, in which he explained why the Bible contained language like what we find in Psalm 137. The language in Psalm 137:9 is simply typical of that culture, like these examples given by Rabbani. Now keep this in mind. It may be recalled in this vid that we reported that in a verbal contest of insults and challenges, anyone who resorted to physical violence was automatically the loser. In line with this, language like Psalm 137:9 was a sort of steam valve, a way to vent without resorting to physical violence. So in reality, Psalm 137:9 is like a piece of Kozul art, a way to externalize violence so that you don't do it yourself. And last time I checked, most moralists thought that limiting physical violence was a good idea. So Sam, before you go claiming the moral high ground here, you better make sure it hasn't already been taken out from under you. Yeah, like that. See you next time.